Hello everybody and welcome back to our Fast Fact series. I am Ted, your host, and for this Fast Fact we're going to look at the decline of the Indus River civilization. Now the Indus Valley civilization flourished from roughly 3000 BCE until 1900 BCE, after which the cities begin to go into decline, and the cities are completely abandoned by 1500 BCE. Now, the cause is thought to have been invasion from nomads who attacked the cities, namely the Aryans. It's believed that the Aryans descended upon these cities and conquered them, destroyed them, and caused the dispersal of this urban population into surrounding areas. There have been a number of new theses since then. That was an idea, a thesis that came out early, not early, but fairly early after the discovery of these civilizations, and it's been challenged. A lot of people are arguing that the arrival of the nomads did not coincide with the decline of those cities, and more and more people are pointing towards internal and ecological concerns that would have had a much greater impact on the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. Now, what we do know is that there are a number of plausible factors. One is that the Indus Valley states were only able to flourish because of their ability to harness water, but that the methods that they used had serious consequences for the environment that they lived in. The type of irrigation they practiced, and they practiced this irrigation for a long time, for over 8 millennia. That irrigation served to increase the salinity of the soil, which led to yearly decreases in crop yields. One of the major tributaries of the Indus that these cities depended on for access to water appears to have dried up. The drying up of a river would be disastrous for any culture, any civilization, but for these cities, the loss of that river, the loss of that water, proved disastrous. And the settlement patterns that follow, they show a drop-off in material wealth and in town planning. The people living in the Indus Valley, they no longer build nice roads or drainage systems. The cities are depopulated. Long-distance trade decreases. It continues, but it decreases. And the script system that they used was abandoned. The waste system that they had employed falls out of use. The quality of everyday object goes downhill, and of course the mud bricks are also abandoned. And again, we don't really know what the cause is. It's whether it's environmental, whether it's invasion by other people, whether it was some other factor that we are at the present not aware of. What we do know is that of the 4 great civilizations, riverine civilizations, that would be Egypt in the Nile River Valley, the Sumerian / Akkadian tradition, civilization tradition centered in Mesopotamia, between the Tigris and Euphrates, and of course Chinese civilization centered on the Yangtze and the Huanghe rivers. Of all these civilizations, it's only the Indus River Valley that we do not really know that much about, and one of the reasons is that we have not deciphered their writing system, their script system, and thus we're at a loss really when it comes to interpreting many of the basic aspects of their culture and their practices. Further compounding that lack of awareness is the fact that we don't really have any sort of understanding of their social structure, their social order. Typically, we tend to either group these groups, people and civilizations into this sort of hierarchical outlook, but we have not been able to identify a palace or a temple in any of the Indus Valley cities. And with no evidence of a centralized authority figure, we're at a loss to figure out who exactly is calling the shots and leading these cities. Whether it's a council or whether it's simply individual people looking out for themselves, individual neighborhoods, we don't really know. But that is the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. Hit like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you thought about it. And I am Ted, and I will see you guys next time for another Fast Fact.